All right, what's going on YouTube? Today we got a low tape for y'all today. We're not taking nothing off the top, right? No?
No.
None off the top, just a low tape. Very, very simple, very, very easy haircut that y'all about to learn. So we're just gonna get into it. So the tools we're gonna be using today is obviously Andes Masters Black Label Clipper. These are my favorites right now. We have to use these. And then we also are going to be using, you already know, a soft trimmer, a trimmer that's not zero gap. We're going to be using the Cocos. You don't necessarily have to get this brand, but this is my soft trimmer. And this is my headers right here. A trimmer that's zero gap, and it also can, considering them sharp lineups and everything. A soft trimmer is mainly used. So when I set in all these guidelines for the taper, side taper, right side taper, it doesn't create any harsh guidelines or anything like that, because that is the initial first part that, most beginner barbers or people cutting at their house, that's what you're gonna struggle with the most, is taking out that first guideline, I promise y'all. All right, for the low tape, we're gonna do the setting our guidelines. We're gonna set it way down here, like right here at the bottom, top of his ear, if that makes any sense to y'all. Set it right there. We don't want to make this guideline too high because we do want the C cup to stand out more, and we just don't want to take it up that high. Taking the guideline up about right here would be a mid tape, and then cutting the C cup all the way off and making a line right there, that'll be considered a high taper. So right here, he's not keeping none of this, so we're gonna cut all of this off. The only thing that he's keeping is the chin hair and the mustache. So quick and easy. We're gonna do the other side. Neck taper, make sure you do not press down as hard, even though these are our zero gap trimmers. You don't want to press down too hard. And we're gonna take it up to where his hair is the most fullest thing. So as you can see on the back of his neck, this hair is more full right here, and then it goes up a little bit where the hair isn't full right here, and then they have a small spot right there. So we're gonna make the guideline right there. Lightly press, just go across, and you do want to make this guideline as straight as possible. Or some people like to do a curved guideline. And this is important when setting your guidelines, to make your guidelines even on both sides. That's why I pick a certain spot. Because I said I started at the bottom top piece of his ear, which kind of makes no sense, but I started at the bottom top piece, and we're going to slightly move the camera. We're going to try not to. Yo, that snowman be getting all the action in the back. But look, we try to make everything as even or as symmetrical as possible, because in the long run, that is what's going to make your haircut stand out a little bit more than other barbers, than other people. Cut all this off, and now we're ready. This is the foundation. This is going to determine how the haircut turns out or how the haircut ends up. All right, right here, we don't really have to debulk that much as far as like the first beginning of the haircut, because it's pretty low right here. His hair is not too thick right now. It's not like the top. If it was the length of the top of his head, we'll have to debulk. But since it's not, we could just go ahead, level all the way open. Level all the way open is down, and it makes the blade extend. This leaves the most amount of hair versus all the way closed. This will leave the least amount of hair on your client's head. And we don't want to set that bald guideline or his second guideline in like that. Spam messenger calling me. So level all the way open, and we want to go about a half an inch. I like to use the top of his ear. When I'm setting a low taper or doing a low taper, the highest I take that second guideline is above the ear. It's right to the top of the ear, and then that's it. And then we start fading down. Fading down is slowly closing the lever or fading while moving down. That's all fading down is. It keeps the hair, or it keeps the haircut exactly where the barber will want the haircut to be at, instead of fading too high or anything like that. Fading up, you have a chance to start going into all of this. But fading down, we know the exact spot where we want to start and we want to finish at. We want to finish down here, and we want to start, we about to see where we about to start right now. We're gonna take this number 2 guard and go with the grain. Remember, we want this C cup to stand out a little bit more, so we're really not gonna try to touch anything right there. A lot of barbers I see, a lot of YouTube barbers, a lot of, I guess y'all favorite barbers, I have no idea, but I used to watch a lot of YouTube barbering, but I kind of just, as far as right now, I'm trying to just build my own self up for real. So like, I can't really learn from too many people because not everybody has the right information for you to excel or to learn. A lot of information won't be right information, and that's the truth. So lever all the way open, and we're just gonna slightly just flick out because he does have hair at the top. Slightly flick out, but a lot of barbers, what they'll do when doing low tapers or mid tapers, anything like that, they'll start fading all of this and it'll look so weird. It's like they faded a high taper, but trying and still did a low taper at the same time, or still did a mid taper at the same time. It's such a weird looking taper, and I'm pretty sure y'all see it all the time, man. Y'all see it all the time, but that's not how you do a low tape. A low tape is supposed to have a C cup every single time. And all we're doing is fading down now. It might not look like it, but I'm not really touching this side right here. I'm kind of just tilting the blade, not flat, but like this. Tilting the blade a little bit towards the left side, so only the left side of my blade hits the client's skin. And we're just gonna work, fade down, until we feel like it's faded all the way. We can detail as we go. Now we move to our number 1 guard. Number 1 guard, every time we switch to a new guard, I'm about to zoom in for y'all a little bit, it will be lever all the way open. Every time we get a new guard. And then as we're moving guards, or changing and exchanging guards, we're moving down sizes. So 2 guard, 1 guard, 0 guard, and there's really nothing past the 0 guard. So if you was to start with the number 5 guard, which makes no sense to me, I don't do nothing higher than the 2 guard, or 3 guard to really debulk. 3, 2, 1, 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It should be like that every single time whenever you're down fading. But whenever you start with that new guard or whenever you downsize, see, you just debulk all of this with the number 2 guard. Right here, where we left off with the lever all the way closed with the number 2 guard, we're gonna pick up with the number 1 guard, lever all the way open. And we're just gonna work in that same area. Detailing as we go as well. Detailing is turning your clippers to the side, literally like this, and just point cutting. This is called point cutting. And it's a form of detailing just to make the blend a lot more smoother. Y'all gotta learn how to detail. That's an important part of being a barber, of taking your haircuts to like a whole new level. So. And detail as you go. Saves you a lot of time. 0 guard. Lever all the way open. And then we're just trying to take this guideline out at the bottom. Usually when you're taking out lines, you do only want to use the side of your clipper or the side of your blade. Using the whole blade will probably set in a whole nother guideline, and that's what you do not want. All right. And then how you blend the taper into the top. You use a number 2 guard, or number 3 guard if you're not too sure, or 4 guard. And just go with the grain. Go with the grain and slowly start working your way down and closing the lever as you move down. If it's not cutting the hair, then you need to go with a lower guard. Boom, and we can use the 1 guard. All right, with the grain. And slowly moving down, making that blend smooth. Just like that. And y'all, the back is the same exact steps as the side taper. You don't want to keep everything consistent whenever you're doing a haircut. And we're gonna kind of just do it real time for y'all, like how fast it would be, or how long a tape would really take. Y'all, developing a system is important when we're learning how to cut hair or doing a haircut. Lesson time during the haircut, and it'll also make more consistent work out of y'all haircuts. So good. 2 guard. Down. We'll just slowly work on our way down. And hopefully I can see, I can see. 1 guard, level all the way open. Close the level, move down. Close the level, move down. All the way closed. Now we're at the bottom of the taper. And you can also go up in detail. Hopefully y'all can see, y'all can see. Boom. 0 guard. This is the last step right here, other than debulking the top of the taper. Really, all you try to do with the 0 guard is kind of just take out this bottom line. It's really the only job of the 0 guard. You're not really more so fading with the 0 guard. You're just taking out this very, very bottom guideline. Just like that. And then the bulk with the grain, and you slowly, slowly, slowly close the lever and move down. Go back in, detail a little bit more. Close the lever all the way. And it's done just like that. All right, y'all, when it comes to setting this neckline up right here, we are gonna take it down just a little bit. We're not gonna take it down a lot because we don't want the neckline up to stand out. So number 2 guard, all the way open. Let me zoom in for y'all so I can see the client. The camera loves to focus on the cars in the background. And you're just gonna kind of angle the clipper a little bit. Basically angling the clipper. I'm about to show y'all a more in-depth real quick. We ain't even gonna pause it. This is what I mean when I'm saying I'm angling the clipper. Basically, tilting the clipper so that we can kind of bring out like the little afro shape a little bit more and only touch the bottom right here and not way up here, because up here it kind of just flares out a little bit more. So that's what I mean when I say angle the clipper. And obviously I am right-handed, so what we're gonna do, we can't go like this and not like that. That's gonna make it way harder than what it needs to be. And I do have the fan on, hopefully y'all can hear. We're gonna go this way. Go up like this, and we're still tilting the clipper. Just like that. Boom. And all we're doing for our line prep is basically getting we getting a neck strip this time because we ain't got no more cotton swabs, and have a bottle of alcohol, and we just spray it on there. We're not gonna spray it on there because we have a fan. We don't want the alcohol coming back and hitting our client in the face. That's what we most definitely do not want. And then you just really just wipe down with this alcohol the designated spots that we will be lining up. I'm not putting alcohol all in his hair, just putting it on the pieces or parts that we line up. And the neck strip do kind of get dry pretty fast, so I like to re-wet it, do the other side. But the front of his haircut will have a whole different type of line prep. So after that, get our blow dry everything. Cold air only. It don't really matter what setting you want to use. You can use a high setting or maybe a low setting. It really don't matter. Just blow dry everything. And then once you blow dry everything, you're gonna brush it down just a tad bit. And then use our holding spray. And you kind of just spray the same exact pieces that you had just did. Let me make sure my camera. And you just spray the same part that you had just did. Yeah, with this fan, it is not working. And then after that, you just blow dry everything. Very, very simple, very, very easy. You can use this for the front of the lineup if you do not have the designated tools or supplies that I have for my front lineup process. But basically, it's the same exact thing. We just add a hot towel and lather, and that's it. That's all we're doing for the front lineup. And for this front lineup, we are gonna cut it down a little bit. And because his hairline, like the texture of his hairline, we're gonna not take it down with a number 1 guard, but kind of around the number 3 guard or number 2 guard. Because people hair be looser, and because people hair, we're gonna take it down with a number 2 guard. Improvise, improvise, improvise. We're gonna start with the number 2 guard, leave it all the way open at first, just to see what it do with it. Not really cut nothing, we could go all the way closed. Just to see what it do. Just like that. And the reason why you want to use certain guards with different hair textures, you can't use the number 1 guard or number 0 guard with every hair texture, just because, we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Just because when hair textures are looser, like with curls and stuff like that, that's what I mean with like looser hair textures. Even like straight hair, white people hair, that's what y'all most likely would know it as. If y'all don't know what straight hair is, it's more so a white man's hair texture. But with hair textures like that, if you cut it down with a number 1 guard or anything like that, the hair will totally disappear, and it'll be like a buzz cut almost. So, but with a coarse person's hair, a person with more so curlier hair texture, a black man's haircut, black man's hair texture, it'll kind of be somewhat more so thick than a white person or a person with curly hair. So whenever you cut down a person with a curly hair, you do have to keep it or use a bigger guard just to keep it that thickness and that fullness that you do. Y'all, I never keep my neck strip, my hair rest while I'm doing the client's hair. It just gets in the way of a lot of different things. So I kind of keep it on the side, and then whenever I'm leaning the client back, boom, lean back a little bit, right there. You want to make sure the client is good, is relaxed, and you want to make sure he's in a comfortable position so you can start to do your work and everything. That's very important whenever you lean your client back. Is always comfort first. You want to make sure the client is good. So for right here, we're going to get our brush.
That shit hard.
Yep. Put some lather on our client. It's going to cool down. It kind of like that first initial touch it's going to be hot. Yo, when it comes to the lineup, with stuff like this, the heat is the key. The heat is what lays everything down. The heat is like bullying the hairs and making it lay down basically. So it's not just the lather, it's the heat with the lather. I got hot lather, so then you want to take your hot towel, open it up, fold it, boom. Place it on the client. This helps us just as much as it helps the client, or the client likes it. It is very relaxing for the client. And I do put essential oils on my hot towels, so y'all can start doing that as well. This is a little bit more information for y'all. What I do when I come in the shop early in the morning. Well, if I come in the shop early in the morning, because if I don't have an appointment till the afternoon, well, not afternoon, I never had no appointment all the way to the afternoon, but more so like 10 o'clock, 9:30, stuff like that. What I would do is I would come up in here, I would run some water in the wash bowl and put a stopper in there and then fill it up and then put like 2-3 drops of essential oil in there, like peppermint or, you know, I forgot, spearmint or something like that, whatever it's called. That minty, fresh feeling that you get or that people like so much. I put it on my hot towels and I let it soak in there until the end of the first client's haircut, whenever it's time to do the hot towel for them. And then after that, I just wring it out, put it in a hot towel warmer. I do have a hot towel warmer. If anybody was wondering, that's how I get my hot towels hot. So if you don't have a hot towel warmer, you can use a microwave. Believe it or not, you can use a microwave and put it on 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is just enough. But when putting it in the microwave, it do gets like exaggeratingly hot, like crazy hot. So you have to make sure you do your wrist test. Wrist test will tell you if the towel is too hot or not. If it's too hot for your wrist, it's too hot for your client's head. Take the thing off, and all we do now is just do our alcohol swab, the same exact steps. Our alcohol swab, our holding spray, and cold air. All right, y'all, for the neck lineup, don't really take that much. You do want to start at an angle so it can kind of just go into that nice curvature that we all like to see. And boom. Don't really take a lot to do this. And the ash line is just because of my line prep, not really more so because of the clippers or the trimmers. Turn the client, make sure I'm looking at it at another angle, because we're about to start going into this curve right here. And using my pointer finger to hold his ear down, and just using the corners of my clipper to create this curve. Just like that. Grab his ear with my other hand just to get this one little part right there. And then everything below that, we just take it off. Very, very simple. All this stubble at the bottom. Very easy. Get any hairs that wants to like hang over, anything like that. And then I'm gonna look in the camera, kind of see what it's looking like. And it looks very good, so. And boom, we're gonna zoom out a little bit just so I can see this neck taper. Very, very clean, very, very nice. Turn the camera for y'all. And we're gonna do the same exact thing. We do wanna make sure it's even in the back when setting in this opposite side. Just so it can make it stand out a lot more. And it's gonna take the haircut to a whole nother level. A whole nother level, just like that. Boom. Now we just kind of continue with this curvature right here. Just like the other side. And when setting in the C-cup, it's pretty easy. What you wanna do, you wanna start at the bottom, where the hair is thickest at. We don't want to just line up a bunch of ash. Start at the bottom, create that C-cup, go into the curve. And then I do like this kind of straight when it comes to the bottom of the C-cup. Just like that. Boom. Perfect C-cup, perfect tape, no tape. Now we're gonna turn our client to the front, huh?
Good.
Yeah. Turn our client to the front, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna match both C cups. Basically looking at one side and kind of using a visual cue to kind of know where to put the bottom of the C cup. Boom, we wanna make sure this side is just as even as the other side, or in the same exact place, because that's what's gonna make the lineup stand out. It matters about this front part too, but it also matters about where you place the vertical bars and where you place, I'm trying to see if the camera good, where you place the vertical bars and where you place the C cup at. All that matters. So in my mind, by doing a client checkup this whole entire time, I kind of already established what side is the strong side and what side is the weak side. And his left side, the right side is the strong side, the left side is his weak side. So you're gonna start in the middle. And this will be our connecting piece to both sides. And kind of just work our way to both sides. And then after that, we start working our way towards the weak side. Just using the ends of my blade just to kind of go. And I'm always coming back to the middle. I'm always looking at the middle and then going back into it just to make sure I'm on the right track. Don't want to just do the whole entire line of just standing in one exact place or not really looking at it from the front. If you do need to make a small micro adjustment, go back in, make the micro adjustment, and then continue the line up. That's all it takes. Look at it from the front, go back in, and with lineup, sometimes I don't like to work my way all the way over. I like to work towards a certain point, and then set in that vertical bar, and then connect it to. Yeah, I'm gonna move the camera a little bit just so y'all can see. We ain't even gonna cut it out. Just so y'all can see the vertical bar a little bit better. And notice how I'm using the corner of my blade a lot. I'm not using the whole entire blade. Just so I can fit the clipper in those right positions that I want or get them right angles that I need. Just like that, and that's all it takes. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back to the middle and then match the strong side with the weak side. And then we just slowly work our way towards the opposite side with the strong side. You do want to step back, make sure you're in the right path. You're gonna go ahead and set in this vertical bar. I'm gonna make the same vertical bars on both sides, so I'm gonna make sure it ends on this side, wherever it ended at on this side. And it's a little bit before his eyebrows end. And I use my eyebrows as a point of interest whenever sitting in my vertical bars. Just like that. And then I just connect it to. Very easy, very, very simple steps. Just like that. All right, y'all. Now, even though we want to clean up his face and stuff like that, like his mustache and everything, but even though the client don't need enhancements, we're gonna add a little pop to it. Boom. And we're only slightly enhancing it, not pressing down too hard or nothing like that. Just enough to where the haircut stands out or the lineup stands out. That's all we want. We don't want all that black spray or nothing like that. We just want enough. How you doing? Just like that. And then we're just gonna lightly add the enhancements. Not too much, like 1 or 2 sprays for real. Tap and go. That's crazy. Somebody could deliver to a barber shop and not think about getting their haircut. Or you probably thinking about it like, you know. Right there. We're gonna do this side.
Let's say Sarah's Targaryen lands with 40,000 speakers this back. We go up
Just enough, y'all, to fill in little spots. Y'all, this fan is blowing the enhancements away. But it's good. It's cool though. All right. Amazon, I heard Amazon be slaving their workers.
Bro.
Like crazy.
It ain't no joke, son.
Yeah.
It ain't no joke, bro. That shit was hard work. Like, people were cool. People were most definitely cool, bro, but the workload it just wasn't real, bro.
For the amount y'all was getting paid?
Yes, bro. Like, especially like, it was one time, man, I was on my route. And there was this UPS dude, we was at the same spot. And every time I see somebody from UPS, you know, I talk to him, you know, I ask him like how much they getting paid. Man, this dude told me on a regular day, like 47 an hour, but like after 3 o'clock, it go up to like 62.
Wow.
I looked at my phone, it was like 5:30, bro. I said, damn.
I heard UPS, don't they make like over $100,000 a year now?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, like, I know we ain't got the workload to, you know, to justify getting paid $100,000, but I mean,
Amazon is
it's a little bit less than UPS.
okay.
So I mean, like, UPS and FedEx, they don't have a lot more shit, but you could still get them people at Amazon like 70, 60 a year, bro.
Yeah.
Them people over there making barely 35. Probably not even that much.
Yeah, look how clean that looks. Yeah, we're just doing a razor blade, kind of just making the enhancements blend in with everything now. I didn't use my clipper to blend everything in. I use my razor blade. Comes out way cleaner like this, in my opinion. So, well, actually, sometimes I don't use the razor blade when I want the pencil to stand out a little bit more.
Please don't do anything crazy.